So I came up with an idea the other day. I asked Luba, I said, Luba, can you find out from the woman what their insecurities are? That way we as men can take advantage of them.
Very funny.
That was a joke, but seriously, I was actually quite curious as to what insecurities do they have? Because, you know, we understand what the men's ones are because we work, you know, well, I work closely with the men, but Luba knows the women a lot more. And what insecurities do they have?
Yeah, you know, like you would be surprised, and we spoke with Striker that, you know, scammers are getting attention from the guys very easy because they don't care about anything. How do they look? You know, what pictures they posted, like how do they act? What do they say? They have no shame, and in some sort, like they are more attractive to the guys because they are like more light, you know, it's easier with them. You don't need, like, they're easier. You can do whatever you want because she will admire you for whatever you do. You know, you would be always young and handsome and rich and beautiful, and while you're doing what she wants. And she's like, you know, giving you this vibe. But when the real lady is coming to us and she say like, I'm struggling, like I want to build a family and something is not working. The same as you guys. The girls who coming to my coaching, they ask me questions that are sometimes like, even like, Luba, you're so confident, like how are you doing these videos, you know, like the way you speak, you know, the way you, and we do a lot of like funny, stupid videos with Striker to a little bit over exaggerate like some problems to show them. And it wasn't always like that. It wasn't always easy. So I make this survey to find out what are their insecurities, to be able to help them, and of course give you some tips, guys. So when I requested what make them feel uncomfortable, first of all, they so there's the 54%
on a date, or what are we talking
so
about?
I said, like, why would you feel uncomfortable or insecure on a date? And so 54% of the ladies, they said, it's for now, so maybe it will change when Striker will add it to the, it's still going, this survey is still going today. So 54% of the ladies say that they have a fear and insecurity that the guy will not like her. So they like worry that, you know, she is maybe not attractive enough, even though, you know, the ladies, like this is the ladies from 25 to 45, I would say, voting. So I don't have anybody who is like super like ugly or overweight or anything like that. You know, normal ladies, but they have these insecurities. What do you think?
I think it's common sense, to be honest. It's not even that out there. But I mean, like, guys have the same insecurity as well, but we seem to focus that the woman is going to be some like unicorn, right? And I've said this so many times, is that if you understood how useless women were at dating and attracting men, you yourself as a man would feel a lot more relaxed knowing how useless they actually are, okay? So I think the fact that they're insecure about that, I think it's, if you understand it, it's going to sound weird, but it's a good thing, right? Because it means that you also can feel a little bit more relaxed, a little less, probably, maybe the word to use is intimidated, but this is exactly how it is. And we've seen this. I mean, Luba tells me stories about the women who are they're so nervous, they're worried to say anything, they're worried to even speak English, even though they know how to speak English.
We'll come to this.
Oh, sorry, I'm jumping ahead, aren't I? Yeah,
so they do have this. So the second thing, they say that, you will be surprised, but they said that they don't have my favorite word, exposure.
They don't have exposure.
Exposure to men. They going, so 31% as for today, they said, I very rarely go on a date, so they don't have experience. Why, you know, is that like about not looking, like not being attractive for the guy, or not going on a date? Like when the guys are coming to Europe, they are very nervous. Like I know that our clients, you know, they always try to be their best version of themselves. But you need to know that the ladies are also very, very nervous. So like they also don't know how it will go, and they truly, truly, truly want it to work. So like every girl who is traveling, especially from Ukraine, to meet you somewhere in Europe, making this like 24-hour trip to meet somewhere, going by bus and by train and by something else, you know, like to meet, she really, really wanted to work out. And both parties are very like kind of upset like when it doesn't. So that is their insecurity. So another insecurity that they have is that like 15% of the ladies, they worry that they will say something wrong or something inappropriate, or sometimes they worry that they will not have topics to talk about. And me and Striker, we got this very, very good about topics. So that's why we have our game together, 101 Questions to Fall in Love, that helps a lot to find that interesting conversation, like and to move, like to navigate your conversation in a little bit less boring and routine way. So when you guys worry about like topics to talk about and like this, the ladies also worry, but unfortunately you have a little bit more responsibility, because like we always say, guy, you need to bring the lady to your frame and you need to lead. So when there is like this like, what are we talking, you know, like, are we not talking? So when there's this calmness, you have to jump and say, hey, you know, what about this? And like, and move on. So even like with our game, like with our questions, we don't have just a question. We also have a sub question. So to keep conversation going, you know. So for example, like, how would you like to see our lives in 20 years? And then describe it as in much details as you can. So we try to open it up so you don't feel that, you know, one question, okay, and what next?
So it's a little bit open-ended.
Open-ended, yeah.
And it goes in a progression of light to more deeper questions. So, because it is difficult, right? But the good thing here is that if she's insecure and she's looking for somebody to try and direct or to lead in which way the interaction or relationship, I guess you could call it at that stage, which direction it's going to go into, like it's your job.
And she's easier target, I think. Like it's easier.
It's much easier to exploit these insecurities.
Yeah. So and then I also asked them to write their ideas, because I gave only 3 options, and so they can write me in direct message like their option. And so what was interesting, there was 2 girls, and I can relate to that. I don't know why it happened, but before, like maybe like when I just started, you know, I started going on a lot of date to translate, you know, I couldn't eat in front of men, in front of like stranger. And so 2 girls, but I don't remember exactly my reasons, but it took me a long time. Like I remember I was like starving 10 hours translating, but I couldn't eat. And so 2 girls say, like one say like, I can't eat in front of like men. And so interesting. She said, one time man told me that he thought that I'm sick. And I remember this happened to me as well, not to me, but to my girl. Like we have, I was working with a guy, and he was a doctor. And the girl that he was dating, like she was like extremely skinny, like just super skinny. And she was blonde. She has a lot of hair, and like this, like really like a child. And she was like eating very small, like really just a tiny bit. And the guy at the end of the day, he said, you know, Luba, I'm not sure that I want to be with her. I think that she's sick. You know, she's not eating.
But she was she was cost effective.
What do you mean cost effective?
Like didn't cost a lot of money.
Yeah,
for the date.
yeah, very good. Like he was thinking, and this girl is saying the same. So the guy thought that she's sick, that she can't eat, but she literally can't relax. This was her insecurity. And another girl say that she can't eat anymore because she has a trauma that she went one day, and the guy, it was a Ukrainian man, he bought her some sort of like expensive champagne, and he shamed her for that. He kind of say, who else gonna buy you this $20 champagne? You know, and she said,
who else would? Did she answer the question?
I don't know.
I think it's a fair and reasonable. Yeah,
yeah.
It's a fair and reasonable question.
Okay, so you always can ruin that. So you know, that is their concern. And like one lady, I don't know why it's her insecurity. Like she seems very pretty to me, according to her photos. She said that she worried that she may not smell good enough. I don't know. We will pass this.
Well, hang on. Why? What?
I knew that I shouldn't say that.
But that's interesting though. That usually women smell pretty good. Like how far away is she? Can we go and do a test?
Actually, when we were in China, she invited us to visit.
I'm not visiting any smelly woman in China. What's the matter with you? Even if she does smell, like it's a gamble. She doesn't think she smells good. She probably smells okay. But we're not going to travel all the way there to check.
Maybe you're not. And you know what is insecurity as well? Like big insecurity, huge insecurity. And
I can tell the tone in this voice. She's going to say something that I've
about
done.
you. Yes.
Yes.
Because it just happened. It just happened. And you know, like I always say to the guys, please be very careful. And I thought that I have a thick skin about that. But today,
you
for
don't.
some reason,
Whatever it is,
but
you
for
don't.
some reason, you pissed me off.
Yeah?
Yes.
No.
So
You're going to have to be more specific on the reason.
one of the times today.
Yes.
So it's a language barrier. So the ladies, most of the time, they do speak some English. And when I'm on a call, they always like, Luba, translate. No, I can't. So I even have a trick when I say, oh, you know, somebody come, just 1 second, I have to go, I need to open the door. And I leave the call for some time and I'm just watching. But they figure it out. They somehow figure it out. I know, I'm sorry, guys, if you've been in this situation. I'm really sorry. But like...
You've been tricked.
You've been tricked, but what else can I do? But most of the time, the lady does speak, but she's super worried. Like tomorrow we have a meeting between a guy and a lady, and they're going to meet another Spanish city, and like she does speak some. She's like, can I call you? Can I call you? Can I call you? I can't speak with him. Like I can text, but I can't speak. And doesn't help when the guy is fixing her pronunciation or making fun of it. So today I said something to Striker about guinea pig.
Oh, yeah.
And he's...
She was talking about genie pigs. I was thinking, genie pigs? Like, you know how you rub a lantern and a genie comes out? But instead, this time it's a pig. So that's what I thought the conversation was actually about, genie pigs. Turns out it was
guinea pig.
It turned out it was guinea pigs.
How? Yes, and so but the way
Both of them are mythical creatures.
But the way he fixed me was like insulting, and now I can't even, like, now I'm embarrassed and I can't say this out loud.
Well, yeah, I don't recall insulting you about it. Maybe I laughed and I said, that's stupid.
But when the guys are making fun of the lady, of course I forgive you, it was okay. Like when the guy making fun of the lady, it's sometimes like it's hurting. And so what is happening, because she has this insecurity, it's overlap.
It's
so
sensitive.
if she would be secure, like she would not worry about that at all. But because she's insecure, like that is what's happening. And the same, what about this onion or onion?
Well,
I still don't know.
Problem.
What is?
It's not my problem.
Say this vegetable, what is the name?
Onion.
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 I thought it's onion.
Onion. I don't even know. Like she said it so many times, I've started saying it. Onion. I go to the vegetable shop, can I have a kilo of onions? You know what they do? They call the security.
And so, like, don't make fun of the lady, basically. That is their big insecurity. It's the language. But I know the problem, and I know that you're probably doing that because when you've been learning Russian, I've been not patient and I've been fixing a lot. And that is not polite, and I admit it.
Oh, yeah, I used to hate that.
Yeah, because like, and I know that this is just...
Not fixing it with me.
No.
No.
No, of course not. Of course not. But it's like when somebody...
You never fixed when my Russian was wrong. You just go, And I'm like, am I saying it right? Or am I not saying it right?
Sometimes he was annoyed that I was like, sometimes he was trying to say to something, but because
oh no,
thinking,
you would take over.
Yeah.
You would take over if I was ordering something. You would just start talking.
Okay.
And yeah.
Are you feeling better now?
It's very. See, I understand how you feel now. Oh my God, I've just been enlightened. I get it. I understand.
Okay. But it's still insecurity. But if you don't care, somebody cares. So don't make fun of the ladies. And like when
don't make fun of her onion. Oh, hang on a second. Especially if she's also worried that she smells.
Striker, it was supposed to be a serious video about insecurity.
I specifically said to you at the start of this, I don't think I'm going to take this seriously.
I take it very seriously because it's my girls, of course.
Yeah,
when you do videos for your guys, like it should be, I should sit there and like be very serious.
Yes.
But yeah, they can't eat. They smell not good. The language barrier, they're not nervous about appearance, and they scared to not have topics to talk. But together we'll help you with that.
Link in the description below.
Yeah, by the way, if you want to get it, like it's a
pre-order at the moment until it arrives in about a month.
Yeah, there is like in a box you will find instruction.
They understand what instructions are.
It's my favorite thing that you've created.
Okay, let's...
And the cards.
Let's put it there.
Yeah. Okay. You want to talk about this?
No.
There's a description.
Yeah. Anyway.
There's a link to that.
Anyway.
It's pre-order, but yeah.
So that
there are insecurities from both parties. And as soon as you understand them, as soon as you take it slower, easier, and you're happy to help your lady to get better with language, and she will help you. Just you need to find your rhythm. I think every relationship needs to find their rhythm to be able to
Their
be
what?
Rhythm.
Rhythm.
How you say this word?
Rhythm.
I said.
Rhythm. Not
So
rhythm.
goodbye. We can turn off.
Okay, that's enough. We'll see you later.